Hey everybody, we're setting up, almost ready.
Ghost, it is a mystery, Ghost. It begins. Good luck to all racers.
I'm gonna get the players their games. How you doing, Andy?
I'm alright. I played really weird Seeds of Castlevania RSR randomizer today.
Oh,
I never had to go underwater in either of them.
well, here's what we got. This is our layout for now. I might change that background later. This, a lot of mushroom named packages from one of the Extreme Zero and Time Stalker sent me and stuff. And mushrooms are the names of one of the. So this is the Bridgeporus pack.
Bridgeporus.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on people to go live?
They're actually waiting on me because this first time taking me a bit.
Ah, okay.
Here's your games list, though.
Popeye.
Yeah. Is that big enough to read? There you go, folks. Disgusting games. No, they're fine. This is Group T. I need to change a couple of fields, that's all. There we go. Let me see what's going on, and we'll looking to get started here.
Let's see, one Popeye.
me make sure that I'm capturing that right, but I'm trying to get the player to fix it because I don't think it's on my end. I don't think it is.
Seems like everybody else's capture is correct. That might just be Meta Knight's stream.
Well, this is my old scene. I probably should have just rebuilt a new one. And I probably did fix somebody's and left it that way last year. That's probably what happened. So it seems weird that they have it misaligned, so I doubt that that's them. Now, Meta Knight, on the other hand. Yeah. It's totally me. I need to fix all these. There we go. That's better.
Alright. Let's see, 3 Popeyes and 1 black screen. Almost there.
Waiting on one player, and so they're going to be using the bot mostly, so their time on screen is only for show. We have a bot to help us with all of this time. Was Popeye the first NES game? That's too bad. They all look ready. Here's some dramatic music for you.
Makes me feel like sneaking around. There we go. I now see 4 Popeyes.
Waiting on one player to say ready. So this is automated in Discord. Folks, if you're waiting to see your own game pop up, make sure you pay attention to Discord, because you're gonna have that as your source to tell us that you made the challenge completion, and all that tracking is done on that end. No countdown
Yes,
for you.
please. Please pay attention to your Discord group if you're in one.
I don't think I have any. Okay. The race is ready to begin. Let's do it. Okay, everything works the way I thought it would, so it's begun. The first game. Took me a minute.
All right.
Popeye, 30,000 points. Crazy Taxi $5,000, Max Payne level 2, which is the subway. That's the goal. Set.
DC Enigma just immediately annihilating Bluto, getting those 3,000 points.
Yeah,
That's
there's
on the demo screen.
a couple ways to get points. Just beating the stage takes forever because all of their doesn't throw things very quickly. Have you played Popeye? Are you familiar with the concept of Popeye?
I know he likes spinach, but I'm not familiar with any as Popeye now.
So she's dropping assorted garbage. In this case, it's hearts. It's going to change every stage. You need to collect all of them. If you let a single one go, you lose.
Oh, nice.
Because, well, it's not that hard to catch them all, though. A child could do it. I certainly did.
Does Popeye also have glass legs like Mario and dies if he falls more than like a single flight of steps?
That doesn't sound right, but Bluto there will kill him instantly for some reason.
Bluto would kill anyone instantly. He's a force of nature.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna play some Popeye music for us so we can get off this onto some happier stuff.
Like lethargic scientist, the first to complete. Win Olive Oil's love on stage 2. The garbage is now music notes, which are worth 500 instead of 300.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Yeah, you can do something with what's his name? I think that's the idea, is jumping into his thing with the jump there. I can't remember what his name is though.
All I know is Popeye and Olive Oil and Bluto.
Sweet Pea is it? Yeah. Good name for a kid. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. So the spinach lets you just Pac-Man Bluto away for a very small amount of time. Literally no time, actually. He's immediately back. What do you think of the jams of Popeye, by the way?
It's a banger. Should add this into the normal rotation of your songs.
Well, hey, that was stage 1, so let's check out stage 2. Since it's got music notes on it, it's way better.
Oh, baby.
So none of the players seem to have seen that you can punch the bottles for points yet. That's one of the 3 or 4 ways to get points in this dumb game. You can punch that bird too, I'm pretty sure, if you want, which has a pretty good animation.
Who punches a bird?
Popeye does. He's a awful person, actually. He's not great at all.
Popeye's messed up.
Yeah, I don't like him. It turns out that he sucks. Not a fan of Popeye. I am a fan of Robin Williams' Popeye, though. Unironically, a great movie.
Yeah, nobody wants to challenge those bottles, it seems like. Pretty close together in score right now.
I didn't figure there would be too much divide here unless somebody really choked on... They will take a second loop, though. This is the final stage. You ready for the next song? What do you think? Have we heard enough of these 6 notes?
I think I'm ready for it.
It's pretty complex, comparatively.
Okay, no, put it back. This is too much. This is too heavy for me.
So the rules of this tournament are, they have 3 games, they just found out what they are, so nobody will know what they're getting. They have 20 minutes per game to beat them. Popeye here will probably take everyone about 6 minutes, I figure, out of the 20 minutes. So everyone's going to have about 12 to 15 minutes of spare time. That's going to go towards their total time credit, which is 60 minutes at worst. Already they'll knock it down to 45 minutes or so. Whoever has the best time at the end of all 3 challenges wins. If they do not complete a game, they just take a 20-minute hit on that as the 60-minute worst score. I do think that punching the bird over and over again is the best way to get points here, unfortunately. Bluto's worth a bunch too, but killing that bird is just a free 1,000. It's putting Lethargic Scientist into the lead.
Well, White Panther had this already cleared the goal for a while ago, actually.
That's 2 people done. Let me make sure, yeah, the bot is saying 5 seconds, 285 seconds, and 288 seconds. I would definitely like to change that. Well, the second game is Crazy Taxi, which thankfully has better music than this. Here's your spinach theme, though.
Make some crazy money. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
Oh.
Let's play... Damn it. Let's play this. Crazy Taxi, normal rules.
This is the GBA Crazy Taxi.
Any race that they want. Everyone is done with Popeye. Didn't think Popeye would be too bad. That was an easy start for what's going to be a long tournament of Payne, probably, based on some of the stuff I've already got. We need a total of 250 challenges, roughly, in this tournament. Here's the first 3. Crazy Taxi, if you haven't played it before, your goal is to pick up a fare, take it to their goal. You get bonus points for reckless driving, kind of, right? Isn't that how you get extra money?
Yeah. It's Crazy Taxi, not Reasonable Taxi.
So doing things that would earn you points in like Saints Row GTA, like driving near cars and jumping into the air, gives you bonus money.
Lethargic Scientist already actually over $1,000 ahead of everyone else. Wasting no time.
Let's play the real Crazy Bus soundtrack.
Have some fun with Crazy Taxi.
Nice. So you have to stop in a red circle, pick up your new fare. That's the idea. This game looks a little grosser than the Dreamcast version.
There were a lot of weird 3D games that they tried to do on GBA. Like, they were slightly better than the Super Nintendo FX chip games, I guess, but it's still not really a system that was designed for 3D stuff. Yeah.
Did somebody lose? Oh, I guess they could go for the 10 minutes if they're having trouble. Doesn't really matter as long as they get $5 grand total at once.
Yeah. Now that's total earned or just total on your fare?
Just money earned, yeah. Total.
Yeah, because there's a difference between the fare and the total actually earned. You can have a high fare but not have actually earned it yet. If you take too long or the person gets killed, you don't get to get the money from them.
Yeah, here's some punk rock for you. Crazy Taxi here. Wonder what the GBA. I'm gonna find some more GBA songs. Let's see here. That's hard to find. I'm not used to not being able to find the OST, but they're not on here because everyone wants to put the real songs on here.
Yeah, no, everybody wants to hear Dracula.
Yeah, there's Americana and all these other. Oh well, we'll just play more Solid Snake music. It's crazy driving.
Time up bad.
You cannot submit challenges yourself. That's on me. This is not a community content event. This is carefully curated.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they should be picking 10 minutes or something.
There's definitely no arcade pit challenges in here because those are 3-minute challenges at best. They're definitely not long enough. So you won't be expecting anything like that. For example, instead of just killing Moldorm, I would have you do the entire dungeon. That's the difference. Nothing like that would ever be on my main show because it takes forever. It takes 20 minutes to do some of those dungeons, in my opinion, and that's what we go for here. Yeah.
BD Joe, you've been spotted. This track in the GameCube version of Metal Gear, it's like super low key and it doesn't really sound like you've been spotted.
$50 months, jeez, Swampykins, thanks a lot.
50.
I need to get some more subtle alerts that I can put up during this tournament. I gotta make a few. I'm sorry that they're off right now. How are our players doing here? It looks like Meta Knight's rocking the most, but they're the first person.
Just got 2110.
I played Taxi before, so I just told them to do normal, but I don't want them getting stuck on this either, so they can set it to 10 minutes if they're losing to that.
I know Lethargic, Scientist, and DC Enigma are playing on different modes now, I think they picked normal first and failed a couple times.
I think Panther Reset 2 set it to 10 minutes because they see that they're not making it. 10 minutes is a lot of time. It's very helpful. Versus normal, where you kind of just earn time, and if you're not good at it, you don't make it.
Yeah.
It's not 10 minutes, it's infinity, theoretically.
If you can make that crazy money.
Yeah. It does require a little bit of know-how, though. A little bit of drive and finesse. Meta Knight's doing it. Meta Knight's been doing well on this. They're halfway there.
If they can get to 3,000 on this fair, they're done. Looks like they're going to go for safe strats and just go for the drop-off immediately, though.
Yep, one more fair.
Can they finish in time?
There's some ambience for you, I guess. 34 seconds to get that last 900. This is Meta Knight's lead to take. Catching up from that Popeye lag.
They should be able to make it, like the distance marker is really close to them, so... They're not going to get enough money to finish off the 5,000, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to pull off the last fair.
If they can make it... I mean, you get so much time. It's a big one.
Oh, yeah, that is super far away.
But that maxed out their timer. They got plenty of time.
Yeah, Meta Knight is leading by far here. Unless this fair gets royally messed up, they should be moving on to the next round.
I would expect, as far as that is, 90 seconds is a ton of time. It's enough time to traverse the whole city. I would expect they'll make it. It's only 1 kilometer and some change now to the next game. A disgusting mess of a thing that it is.
It's a Game Boy kilometer.
50 seconds to get there. They're driving the wrong way on the speedy zone. That's what I call interstates.
Speedy zone.
Oh, right into that RV. Ambulance, Doritos
I
truck.
think that was an ambulance. I think he just killed someone. It's alright. We don't dock points for that. As long as the fair gets there in time, that's the important thing. Yeah, it's gonna be close. They should be able to make it though.
I think they've got it. No problem. The one player who could handle normal mode Crazy Taxi would appear. Yes, Snighty's
Alright, there it is.
confirmed. 558 seconds for that one. Moving on to Max Payne, which is a Game Boy Advance version of the old classic, complete with grindy dialogue in Game Boy fashion.
Immediately behind it looks like... Oh no, DC Enigma is actually going to run out of time, it seems like.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, did not make it.
The other two players on their 10 minutes, still not doing fantastic, but I think it's enough time for them to make it.
Yeah, like it seems like there might be a little bit of RNG in terms of what fairs you get, like how long they take and how much money you get for them.
I think they're color coded for difficulty, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Let's play this. This game is more of a puzzle game than much else, but it has bullet time, it has healing. I didn't give them directions for any of that because I just Kuso my way through these kind of games and I didn't have any trouble figuring it out.
Mhm.
But you do have bullet time, you can eat painkillers to heal, and you need to press the right button at the right console to open doors and such like that, so we'll see how they do.
Meta Knight making sure to flush the toilet, very considerate.
Meta Knight being the crazy taxi player who could do it without fail on normal mode has pulled a huge lead because of it.
Yeah, it gives them a lot of time to learn Max Payne 2 and what it's all, or Max Payne 1, sorry.
As soon as they figure out the button for slowing time down, they'll be okay. If they don't, they're going to be full of blood because you dive really fast in this game and you only have 5
there it
lives.
is.
Now,
Looks like you do just start where you are. Yeah, no, wow, gunshots do a lot of damage.
anyone who's
Wait,
played
what
Max
the hell?
Payne surely would think about, yeah, there's got to be a bullet time button, right? Yeah. So,
Alright, I think they seem to have figured it out, but unfortunately they are still taking a bunch of damage.
you're pretty much immune to damage when you're doing that, at least. So, just like in the regular game, you just matrix the victory out of death, really, anytime you're supposed to be dead. Ah,
Oh no.
a trap room. Now we're looking for level 2 to be beaten. It's quite a journey. So, gonna have to learn to really have this down to get through. Yep, select heals. R is bullet time, that's the ticket. There's a jump and a shoot and interact button, and I think L changes guns.
I like Max Payne jumping for joy whenever he gets a clip out of the closet. It's great.
Logic is reaching 4,500 now. Almost there.
They are close.
DC had to start over, so back at 1,200. And White Panther is up there with 4K.
This fair is actually really close by. They're not going to make enough money for it. They're going to have to pick up another one for Lethargic. Bad Night shooting a water cooler. What did that do to you?
Max Payne's death animation.
Getting ventilated in slow motion. There you go.
This is actually a pretty cool Game Boy Advance game. I like Max Payne a lot. And it's not too bad. It's got voice acting that doesn't sound like the worst thing on earth, and it's got the comic scenes and some other jokes are in there. You can pick up the phone and get insulted if you want. You know, those kind of gags that were in Max Payne.
Does he have the funny face?
Maybe.
It's hard to tell from the little tiny sprite.
I think he only has it when they give him a cutscene.
Ah.
This is a blank face.
Bullet diving onto a couch. Relaxing in style.
So the problem that needs solved is the train has no power, and Meta Knight has solved the first of, I would think, 3 problems that need to be fixed with UI stuff. So, yeah, that's level 1 actually, is just getting on the powered up train. That's all you got to do. So, making good progress actually, except for that they've lost a bunch of lives, and I'm not sure where they'll get put if they game over. That didn't happen to me. So, the whole thing could be done in 5 minutes if you know what to do. So it's not that bad, but having to restart might suck.
All right, lethargic scientist moving on to Max Payne as well, just finishing up their final fare.
Yep, I see them take 966 seconds. That's something I would like to change in my bot, is the seconds counter. Just 966 seconds. How much is that? Let me pull out my calculator.
1049.2 seconds.
Crazy Taxi is probably the tough one here, as much as I enjoy it, and it's a pretty good Game Boy Advance games too. It's disgusting as it looks. It's nowhere near as good as the Dreamcast version, obviously, but I could see myself playing it, so that's something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty nice pack of games. Popeye is the worst one, and it's just an arcade game.
It's no Urban Yeti.
So you can find all kinds of stuff in Max Payne if you look around. It's just like a PC game where they just litter stuff. All these crates, every single one of these crates can be busted open, for example. Every single one.
I think Meta Knight might have actually game overed, because they were down to like 2 lives before, and now they're at 4.
Though they made us level 2.
Doesn't seem like they got put too far backwards for using continue, so it might not be too bad.
Well, that's good. This is level 2 right here. This other half of the train yard thing. The problem is that these goons don't have the thing to blow open the door, but you want through that door, so that's the big issue you've got to figure out. And there's some puzzle action in the way of accomplishing that goal. If you want to call it puzzle. I think we're out of songs on them. Let's just play the fight music forever. This is a pretty good jam.
Yeah, like the bongos.
Cymbals are a very popular tool for music on the GBA. I've noticed. Percussion in general. The worst thing about this game for sure is walking into a room and it's a firing squad.
Yeah, it seems like it might just be a good idea to immediately bullet time every time you go into a door.
If you're not in bullet time, you're probably dying. You should never stop. Panther.
I feel like every time I look at someone's stream here, I just see the 4 lives remaining screen.
It's gonna be a close second place here, I think. Even DC, who had to restart on Crazy Taxi at a pretty bad point, is almost done and back on to Max Payne. And anyone's game at that point, I think, because Max Payne is a little wonky. And the puzzles, they're easy, like Zelda kind of puzzles, but figuring them out on the Game Boy Advance might take a hot minute. It's gonna be close, but DC is 4,900, I think. Not quite there. That sucks.
Yeah, they didn't make enough of that fare.
They need 200 more. Oh, a kilometer away too. That sucks.
It's a bit of a far drive, yeah. Should be pretty easily doable. You just have to wait a long time for it. Did the computer just say thanks when he shot it?
Dead Max Payne's everywhere you look.
Thanks.
So, you know, I hate to spoil Max Payne for you folks who haven't played it yet, but your buddy Alex gets shot in this game and dies.
Oh no.
And Max Payne is very upset about it because that's his friend and his contact Well, he's undercover or something. So that's the goal here, is to chase after the guy who kills Alex. That's happening after the second level's end. Once they see that, they've done it. They've made it to the end. This challenge.
Looks like there are checkpoints, so you do get sent back a little bit after a game over, but not all the way to the beginning.
That reminds me, I need to put Ribbon in place of a guy named Foam Blimp who did not join the Discord. So we're going to do that, and that is our official final brackets. Everyone else, I think, is in there. So if you are missing a player on your team, let me know about that too. I don't think anyone is.
Do you see Enigma now finishing off Crazy Taxi, everybody on Max Payne 2? I keep saying Max Payne 2, it's Max Payne 1. Yeah, I kind of feel like once you hit the checkpoint where the game over sends you back to, I feel like they're all going to be pretty even ground here.
Even Meta Knight still has a little ways to go, and they've already used up 10 minutes of their time on this. They might not make it. They're like 75% of the way done. And I think they're getting the hang of it. That's the thing, is that once you start going, you don't really stop. You really start to get some victory in this, because you realize he's fragile as hell and he can cheat with bullet time. Those are the two keys to keep in mind here every time. So I see a lot of abuse on the time thing. The thing is that you have way too much of it. It's that bar next to your health. You have more than you'll ever use, and it refills when you kill somebody. So unless you're just jumping in the air for no reason. Are you ready for the hardest puzzle? Here it is.
Oh shit.
The switch controls the 3 doors. Only one may open at a time. That's it. The hardest puzzle in the challenge.
Wow, we stored some medicine in this vault. Got the detonators, Meta Knight. Making a phone call for good measure. Trying to figure out what to do, it looks like. Sure if you just leave the bank afterwards.
What you do is, yeah, Meta Knight's doing it. You have to take the bombs back to where those idiots couldn't get it open. Meta Knight is almost done.
Oh yeah, Alex just got shot.
Wow, dramatic.
He just casually walks away. I killed your friend, bye.
Meta Knight is the first done. That is done. Well,
Gonna do it. It seems like White Panther is closest behind. Although they're about to lose their final life, so they're probably going to get sent back to the checkpoint. So at this point, it's just going to be who can master... Oh no, they didn't actually get to the checkpoint, never mind. White Panther has to start from the very beginning.
Ooh. Well, this is good news for DC Enigma. They're looking for... so we're giving 3, 2, and 1 points, because what's going on is every player they beat is 1 point. We are doing 3 matches per group. Not all at once, though this group is doing a second one tonight. So the top score you could get is 9 for phase 1. As in you beat 9 people. So right now Meta Knight scores 3. Who's going to be second place? We're taking the top 2 from each group to move on to the second phase, single elimination regular tournament. Because it's single elimination, I decided to do 3 games in the first matches. And it will help me figure out and avoid ties and stuff like that. Ties could still happen, but they're way less likely than with just 2 games. I think we have plenty of time to get that done. So we are looking at a long round 1 and a pretty quick round 2 on this tournament. How many players are in the second area? It looks like Lethargic is. White Panther seems to be in the back of the pack here.
Yeah, White Panther is still in the first zone. DC Enigma looks to be on the final checkpoint now, actually.
I think DC just got to stage 2. It looks like Lethargic. I think Lethargic's in the second stage as well in the bank. They're getting there, but they're not there yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lethargic's definitely at the back. See the heavy walls now.
I figure the reason somebody's running around with something and not using it is because they don't know how. I don't give them directions. On purpose.
You gotta figure everything out yourself.
Yeah.
Unless they're watching this broadcast, in which case they can just listen to us talk about it.
Well, I've been avoiding saying the buttons, but I probably did at some point.
I think you mentioned the bullet time. I think that was it.
The problem here is that they're trying to do a lot with a Game Boy Advance, which has 4 buttons. It has start, select, LR, A, and B, and you don't usually use start for anything, so they put it on one of those other 5 buttons. So
I'm remembering the Genesis port of Street Fighter, where you had to press start to change from light to heavy attacks or something like that. Oh, right, it was changed punch to kick, sorry. Because your basic Genesis controller only had 3 buttons, and Capcom fighters all use 6 for the most part.
So we found a bug already in our bot on the first match. DC turned in their done on Crazy Taxi exactly when 20 minutes had expired, and the bot went on to the next game, and we only had 1 command to say that you're done with it. So it thinks he's done already, which he's obviously not. But that's okay. That bot is just for my guide, not for like some official record.
Yeah, we got the videos anyways. Alright, Lethargic picking up the detonators now. And is DC finished?
Looks like it. Did Alex get killed on DC's screen?
I see the cutscene, it looks like it. I saw the save data prompt. I think they finished. Unless they went back to the previous level or something.
It looks like they're done. It looks like Alex is dead. Yeah, he sure is. He's gone to Lupino.
The Finito brothers. Oh no, those explode. Don't stand near the explosives.
Alright, we have a score for our first 2 players here. We're fighting for 4th. Lethargic is quite a bit of ways ahead, but not...
No, Lethargic is done. That's Alex dead.
He's got to kill 2 more guys. I mean, they're tough. They're regular guys.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Although Lethargic isn't actually doing anything? Lethargic, if you're watching the stream, you gotta finish the stage.
Yeah, he typed in done, but he's not done yet. Technically speaking, there's 2 dudes left.
It's possible you could get a game over. They're low on health. No. There they go. Hey! Oh no! How many lives do they have? Okay, 3 lives to kill 2 dudes. I think they can do it. Alright. There we go. Level clear.
All right, we have 90 in first place, DC Enigma in second, and Lethargic in third. I do not have timestamps for them because they're not all done. Let me check on that. Actually. Oh, okay. 28:57 for 90. That's something I wanted to do, is put those on the screen if I could. So let me see if that works.
I mean, we can't stop you from watching the stream while racing. If anything, that'd be more distracting because you'd hear us roasting you.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not like we're telling cheat codes and stuff for the games or anything. We're just saying stuff about it.
Okay. Alright, that works. So I have DC Nimbus time and Lethargic's time, 33:57. I don't have the other two because one's not done and the other one was messed up. But that's game one.
They called time a little bit too early. States that this group is doing another set of challenges tonight, right?
Yeah, they're doing a second game right now. As soon as White Panther is ready, I'm inclined to let them finish if they want to. I'm the one who started them late. They were ready at 10 or 9, so they have a second game, and then I have a third one at midnight, so there'll be a little break between them. A different group. Next up, we have the Ghost Fungus pack. Or the Little White pack. Which mushroom type do you like, Andy? I'll let you pick.
What were the options again?
Ghost Fungus and Little White.
I feel like I have to go Ghost Fungus. The fact that it has a ghost in it just makes it automatically better.
My Panther's baffled by this door. This obnoxious button actually did confuse me for a little bit, which is why I call it a puzzle, even though it's very obvious when you look at the button. It's hard to see this one, though, because there's a corpse on it. That's just bad luck. There's a corpse all over the UI. What are you gonna do? So, White Panther has 5 painkillers, never figured out how to use them, so that's the impressive thing here, is that they're winning without the heal button.
You know, it looks like White Panther's finally... Oh no, maybe not.
There it is.
They giving up on Max Payne? Not yet.
They're not sure what door to take here. So the goal is, it's kind of the thing where you have to pay attention to what the goons are saying. And since they're racing, they probably bulleted right through that stuff, but you're supposed to grab the bombs, go backwards through the level, and destroy the door. Like, they tell you, I sure could use some bombs. And then you go through, and that's why them going backwards makes sense, even though it would feel awful to do that normally. Max Payne's voiceover gives you enough of a guide. So now they're not sure what to do, it looks like. But they are going the right way.
Oh, did they get the explosives? I think they did.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's it.
Time to watch this heartbreaking scene again.
the fourth time. Well, too bad. Too bad about Alex, the undercover cop. And done. Nice
There
work.
it is. .40 of a second there. The fastest recorded clear of Max Payne, by the way. Apparently they managed to start and stop their live split.
So there's a little confusion going on right now about the time that DC posted, which is not 25 minutes, it's a second place time. I don't actually know what that time was, but it's more like 30 minutes. And that 5-minute window made a difference.
You mentioned that apparently the bot just took it, like DC Enigma's done command as they finished the entire thing because 2 people submitted at the same time or close together.
So my bot, when you pass 20 minutes, it's automatically like, hey, you failed this one, move to the next game. He typed in done right when it did that, so it moved on to the next game, and then
Gotcha.
so we're gonna change the commands to done 1, done 2, done 3, so that will never happen again.
I mean, we have the video footage. We know who finished first. It's just for ease of use to the racers, I guess.
Let's clear the board. I've got new games for these folks. I'm gonna start a new. This is actually round 2 for them. They are next. Everything else is the same.
Ghost Fungus.
Let's take a couple minutes. I'm gonna get me a drink. I'm gonna give them a chance to get ready for another hour. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get Popeye off the screen, that dastardly game.
Oh, I am what I am. Oh, I'm Popeye.
Here's your games. While I get a drink, you can talk about those.
Shockman. The heck is Shockman? Which console is this from? This TurboGrafx 16 game?
I think so. Genpai or whatever is also not a standard thing.
Of course, this is an entry in the Should Be Bean Man series. How could I have missed that? What a fool I was. I'm gonna look up Universal Soldier. Apparently there's a Super Nintendo and Genesis version. They made 4 Universal Soldier movies? I thought it was just the one. Weird.
Yo. Waiting to see Shockman. Ghost fungus.
Two Shockman.
I see 2 Shock. This is a lot of platforming, though that third one is very strange. And very hard. Very bad. Actually, not good.
The third Shockman.
Waiting on those readies. I think they're checking their games to make sure they work. After last time, we had a little trouble.
Yeah, let's make sure controls are set up beforehand.
Hey, if they want to make me a Kuso Grandmaster or whatever that is, or Games Maniac, what does GM stand for? I just lean into that Tetris lingo.
Good man. Good man.
I can be a Kuso good man if you want me to be. I got lots of good games for you to play. You just come to me when you need a Games Maniac choice, I'll give you. We're underway.
looks like Meta Knight, the one person picking Sonya. I wonder if that's a cosmetic thing or if it will actually change anything here.
Yeah, this is a great game, actually. It's a Mega Man sort of game. I played through it for the sake of this challenge. I haven't ever seen it before. I wasn't participating in the main tournament, so I'm only in the guest thing. That's okay, right? I'm not in Kuso proper. Which reminds me, my game is on Wednesday. My second lower bracket game. There's some Chrono Trigger. Actually, let me try and find the Shockman OST. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was great. Here's a title card for you. That was also that was stage 1 beaten already, so we're looking for 2 more bosses. These airman dudes dropping guys in are really annoying, but there's a lot of energy to be found flying around.
It seems to be pretty forgiving.
I gotta fix a broadcast here. Hopefully it's still live. There he goes. No problems.
Seems like we got 2 people in the climb right now. DC Enigma appearing to be in first.
This level, every tall, I don't know, gray-ish building will collapse, and it's kind of hard to get them to jump off of those, so you'll just go falling down with it, but you don't die from that. Very friendly game, actually. It's not too mean at all.
Mm.
You survive something like that, usually you're dead in that case in Mega Man, so... That's 2 bosses down already. Cruising through Shockman.
Looks like it takes a little bit of health off you. You get to fly around for a bit. Seems pretty fun. I'm guessing that weird skeleton ship was the second boss.
Yes. That's boss 2, alright. This is a pretty short challenge if you're good at Mega Man's at all, because it's easier than Mega Man. There's no spikes. Just action.
Ah, I got that sideways shooter.
Time for the submarine section. Final challenge.
Well, watch out for those bubbles. They're bigger than regular ones.
Oh, did White Panther game over?
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah, looks like they did. That's gonna be a big time loss, actually. Since
Well,
it's really far back.
Yeah, at least this is a short challenge. They actually look like they're in stage 2, so it's not too bad. The first stage, the intro stage, takes a while.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go up the building again and do the entire battleship sequence again.
So that boss dies automatically, but you can kill it to save time. Nobody did, as far as I saw. Everyone let it die automatically. If it reaches the end of the screen without being destroyed, it will just explode. I didn't see anyone take it out.
Yeah, it seemed like all of them got to the very end.
This is the Shockman 2 soundtrack, is what this is. For the people asking what this song is. If I can help it, I usually try and play the music of whatever's on the screen. Please.
Ooh, Lethargic getting a game over.
Ugh. He looks like he's... Yeah, it just sends you back to the start of the stage. The submarine stage is really long, though.
Yeah. Enigma taking a death as well. Yeah, they both have to restart the submarine zone.
I have very accurate information this time, though it isn't on screen. Maybe we can make it be on screen with a little bit more finesse, a little more programming, but I have a Discord bot that tells me exactly when they finish each game, so unlike before, I actually am very in the loop on what's going on. Even if they don't run timers. Submarine stage is going to be the menace here, right? That weird shmup wannabe stage.
Everybody's taking a death there. White Panther just looking to clear stage 2. If they can get that done, at least they'll have a major advantage here.
Yep, their death wasn't so bad after all.
They are pretty low on life, though, so that's going to be pretty rough if they have to restart again.
It looks like they're falling on purpose and using iframes.
Do you lose health for falling? Maybe you don't.
I don't know. I don't know when this boss destroys itself. Maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't seem like you lose any health.
There it goes. Oh no, he died.
Oh no. Right at the end, too. Damn, that's too bad.
This one life.
A rough time here after coming in last in the first challenge. Definitely needs to make up for some time here.
Well, certainly this time, I can go ahead and tell you my expectation. Universal Soldier, I don't think anyone will have any trouble with. It is a game, and the instructions are in the challenge log there, which I expect players to read, by the way. There's a text file with the challenges that says any hints that I'm actually going to give you are in there. You have the option to read that and get some information. For Universal Soldier, it's that if you use the Metroid ball morph move, you turn into an indestructible disc and roll forward for as long as you want. It's perpetually just iframes. So with that device in hand, I expect the players to have an easy time with that level.
That was an indestructible disc.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's a Universal Soldier.
Right.
You can use that anywhere. The third game is absolutely going to be the one that decides this race, if anyone can even beat it. I think they can. It's just, oh man, it's tough. It's got infinite lives and infinite continues, and I still think it's going to be the hardest one here.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja Gaiden had infinite continues as well.
It's a really wonky Japanese samurai kind of fighting game. It reminds me of what's that one game everyone hates to see on Arcade Pit where you're a ninja cyborg?
Oh, Hagane, probably.
Yeah, imagine that with no controls.
Jeez.
Like, that game has all those fine-tuned buttons and stuff. If you took all that away, you'd have Tumadon there.
Oh boy. 2 people just in the submarine section get taken out by the boss.
Oh, jeez. Well, it feels bad, but it's only been 9 minutes. They still have 11 minutes to get this done to earn any time at all. No one's getting a huge time. If somebody aced this, somebody was really good at shmups.
Yeah, they'd be super far ahead.
White Panther's having a hard time with the second boss.
Yeah, White Panther just cannot get fast stage 2 here.
Mennonite, the only one who went for, I think, Sonya is the other character. I don't think there's any difference.
It doesn't seem like they're any different, yeah. Aside from colors.
Look at this freaking submarine stage, by the way, with the slamming terrain. What's going on? And the squids that shoot way too much, taking out Lethargic again. They're all ahead of White Panther, but it doesn't mean anything if no one can beat the level. They're all gonna fail the challenge. This isn't a part credit thing.
There have been comebacks before, and once we get 20 minutes, everybody moves on regardless, so if that doesn't happen.
You must beat the challenge, making it all the way to the boss and having 1 HP left. You still lose just as much as the second player. There is no partial credit, that's right. Impossible to measure that in the context of 3 games. Usually I do give partial credit. If it were just a one-on-one race and time was up, I would say whoever made it further would win. But that's not going to happen here. We need a clear victor, so they have to beat these challenges. If no one beats any of them, the whole match would be called and we'd do another whole set. I've never had that happen, though. I think the worst we've ever had is
pretty
2.
rare.
Yeah. I usually put in an easy game just to make sure that some kind of time difference happened.
Are we still allowing the option for people to just give up on the current game and take the rest of the time as a penalty?
Yeah.
Or no?
They can type pass in the Discord chat to tell the bot they want to do that anytime they want. We program that in there.
Yeah, White Panther down to 1 hit left again. They're just not having any luck with this boss.
Yeah, there it is. Nice work.
Oh, wow.
10 minutes left. 9 minutes, actually.
Right.
What if they're just a beast at shmups and suddenly...
They might be a shoot-'em-up god, we don't know. Meta Knight on the boss now, though, so we might have a clear of Shockman here.
And what a boss it is. So you do have a charge beam, and the submarine does too.
Yep.
I don't know if you can turn around, though, and hit it in this case of this. I don't think you can.
Doesn't seem like there's a way to turn now. This is a shoot-'em-up. You go right and nowhere else.
Knight is beaten level 1 of
Gonna
the
do it.
challenge set. Moving on to Universal Soldier. Nice work. It
DC
looks
Enigma 1 hit away. Oh no!
taken out. DC is not making it forward.
Close.
I could play the Super Turrican II soundtrack, or I could keep jamming to Shockman too, because every one of these songs is great. This is so much better than
OST is pretty solid.
the Popeye OST. Doesn't
It's no.
even...
Hey, whoa, that's no Popeye. You take that back.
Yeah, you're right.
You hear that level 2 theme? It made me cry.
That's an old classic. They even had one that was used in the show, the main theme. With a time of 745 seconds, Meta Knight is moving on to Universal Soldier. So you have this has a bunch of Contra sort of gameplay, except for the disc rolling nonsense. The incredibly powerful. There it is.
This is just Turrican. This is just Turrican.
Yeah, it really is. So that's what that game is. So take advantage of that stuff. I told them very clearly. You move faster, and you cannot die. So even when you roll into spikes with it, like that trap that gets you for using it, it doesn't do anything. Versus this, where you're dead instantly to bees.
Yep. Do not respect the bees. Do not have pride against the bees.
Your health just drains. Those games, like, I'm trying to think of other games that do that nonsense. Ernest Evans, your health just kind of melts away. It doesn't have any iframes on it. It doesn't go away in chunks like it should. It's like liquid, and somebody's
The DOS
drinking it.
Spider-Man game did that as well.
It's awful.
It looks like Meta Knight is starting to get the idea of using the disc. Alright, there's stage 1.
You can wheel because it kicks ass. They don't need a reason.
He's a universal soldier. He's good in every situation.
Yeah. Oh, those bees.
Bees and bombs. And bouncing gems. This is my favorite part in Universal Soldier, when he just shot a swarm of bees. Alright, DC Enigma at the boss again, give him another shot at it.
Our players are in the 5 minutes remaining on the first challenge phase here. They're starting to get uncertain about beating this nonsense. I'd be getting tired of it, losing this boss, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be considering passing, just because it's frustrating.
Yeah, it could be worth switching off just to not get super tilted.
That's the only reason I gave him the option. I don't want to hold anybody hostage like Kuso does.
Yeah.
DC has beaten the boss.
Alright. Moving on.
Sometimes when I'm 50 minutes into Kuso and I game over and I know it's going to take a while to get back there, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm finished. The entertainer in me wants to keep going, but I know that I need to quit. Oh, White Panther died to the orbs. 4 minutes left.
Seems like Meta Knight has hit a dead end. Found an invincibility power up, but it's not going to help too much when all the enemies around are dead. Oh, can you shoot open parts of the wall?
The Universal
Maybe
Soldier
you
can
have
do
to slide there.
he can do whatever he wants.
That's right. DC Enigma getting lesson firsthand on how much those spikes hurt if you stand in them without beating the ball.
Because you have no iframes, constant damage, it's all equally bad. That's why the bees are so dangerous and you really need to just kill them or run away. Here's a boss.
Shit, is that the Universal Soldier up there?
He's a pretty big boss, yeah.
Got a gun and he jumps sometimes?
Can't turn into a disc.
It's true.
Looks like he's just got a nail gun. It just doesn't do anything.
He's just building. He's not actually a boss, he's just a construction worker.
It looks like he wasn't even a boss. He's just there.
That's a mini boss.
I vaguely remember that guy. I played this once a long time ago. Checking every corner to make sure they're not missing anything here, but it's just a bunch of dead ends until the end.
We are 1 minute away from the cutoff point. On Lethargic and White Panther here if they can't clear.
Meta Knight's moving on to level 3 after 6 minutes. Not too bad progress there. They're allowed to use passwords or whatever they need to if they get them.
Nope, seems like White is just moving on. I don't think they cleared the boss.
They're moving on. I see them type it in there. 1,200 seconds. Lethargic's gonna be doing the same thing here soon. If you do want to move on, you gotta type it in. Otherwise, you'll get some weird time where you shouldn't.
Yep. Yeah, we officially hit the 20-minute mark, so got to switch over at this point.
Yes. Roger's switching as well. You don't have to type it in if you let it run out.
Yeah, if it runs out on its own, you're just run out.
Everyone's on Turrican II here now, so we can go ahead and, yeah, I'll play that Banjo Guy Ollie Turrican II cover. We still have 10 minutes of Shockman left, and it's all been good stuff.
Looks like Meta Knight is on stage 3 now.
I think so, yeah.
That looks like a different tile set.
Chasm is the second stage, and this is either 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's 3.
This looks like 3, yeah. I don't think they did an entire stage while I wasn't looking.
Universal Soldier doesn't need to breathe. Stream Zero says it's 4.
This is 4? Really? What was the second stage? Must have just completely blocked out of my memory.
Chasm is the second stage, but maybe stage 3 is also Chasm, because it didn't look any different.
Hmm.
I guess we did look away and miss an entire stage.
Third stage was a gray block maze. I don't even remember that. Are you all just fucking with me right now? I gotta watch DC Enigma, because there's a construction worker, I remember that.
I mean, if this counts as the end of a stage, then this is stage 3 right here. But there was no official screen saying so. I remember this climbing mess.
Yeah, there's some gray blocks, but like there wasn't a stage transition there.
I mean, if the game says it's stage 4, then we'll roll with that. It does say something, and I didn't catch the number on it when it was beaten. PC will be done with this stage soon. They're really close. This group is done after this. They're doing 2 of their 3 games. Currently, Meta Knight is poised to take 6 points, guaranteeing a spot in the tournament. Phase 2.
Yeah, at this rate, it's looking like it's going to be identical to last round. Let me look at the password list and see.
I guess this is stage 3 DC's on right now. And I didn't see any of this. I wasn't watching when Knight was here.
Hmm. I don't remember the stage at all. I must have just thought it was part of the other stage, I guess, because it looks kind of similar. Got that wonderful brown palette on top of brown palette.
Yeah.
Midnight having a hard time aiming upwards. Apparently the Universal Soldier cannot point his gun upwards. It's like all gamers, they cannot look up.
It seems like DC's taken longer on this stage than Meta Knight did. Seeing as how we missed the entire thing.
I like the sheer volume of power-ups in this game. You break open one block, there's like 10 that come out.
Take your pick. Your pick should be all of them.
Well, Meta Knight at least having an easier time clearing out these blocks now. So let's do some nonsense though.
DC is missing these jumps. I don't even know if these jumps are mandatory. I think they are. Getting some practice for the hard jump. This one's important right here. This one. And this one too. Should be okay now.
Seems like Meta Knight is on the last boss.
I think so. Well, this is very much a stage that DC is on that we missed. So yeah, that is definitely stage 4. Knighty's moving on to the last game, and I feel sorry for him because that game is no good, but they are in the lead. First one to enjoy it. Are you ready for a real treat?
Mm-hmm. It looks like DC Enigma's now on the 4th stage.
So this game changes from side scroller to worse side scroller to shmup to up and down all the time. The hitboxes on it are radically bad. Push the run button.
Which system was this on? Is this also TurboGrafx?
The PC Engine? I don't know. It's a mess. So your health is those candles. You can't kill most of this garbage. At least not very easily. Those big jumping things, I think, they take too many hits to bother with. Well, here it is.
Pinballed around.
You have this ridiculously bad sword.
That sword sucks ass.
There's Charon up there dropping hammers on you. You know how he's a part of Japanese mythology.
Yeah, if you don't pay enough money, he drops giant weights and pianos on you.
Those are spawners, and they just keep on spawning enemies perpetually, and I did give the advice of destroying them during the boss fight. Normally, though, I just ran through all this nonsense.
Yeah, it seems like sticking around to fight stuff is just an exercise in getting killed here. Oh, you can ride the skeletons, damn. I changed my mind, this game rules, actually.
Well, you have infinite lives. Continues, anyway. You have one life. I think it was Extreme Zero that gave me this one. In any case, they just wanted to beat Boss 1, and I thought that was too easy. So this malice is on me to extend this game where they can't even beat stage 1 in 2 minutes. The second boss is on stage like 6. Let's see if anyone can pull it off. I'm curious.
Seems like the scrolls give you like a temporary sword beam.
You get one beam! One beam per scroll.
A very temporary sword beam.
And we're big now. It's real bad now. This is the worst.
Oh man, look at that animation though.
It sucks. It's real bad. If you thought it was bad before when it was just like budget Ninja Gaiden, how about this ridiculous Flash game?
I will give you 1,000,000 points if you beat it in QWOP mode.
This is QWOP, yeah. This is QWOP sword fighting.
Look at this skeleton. Just going for a jog. This rules. Even the pieces hurt you? What?
You betcha. Oh man, nice work. Cleared right
Holy.
through. Meta Knight is really good at getting by
Oh
2
god.
Well,
Was
how
that
about...
the first boss, that skeleton, or no?
No, it wasn't. The bosses have HP bars, so that was just a mini boss skeleton. Here's top-down gauntlet mode. This is pretty easy though. This is the game's best way because the sword works finally.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a video game for a little while. We get to enjoy regular gameplay. I mean, the sword still doesn't do any damage, but at least it hits when you swing.
Yeah, the sword is awful.
Already finished with that. We're ready for boss 1, I believe. Yeah, I wonder if I can find this game's soundtrack. Let me look for that.
Cool tiger. Oh no! Evil tiger.
Here you go. This is the first boss. He's figured out a strat to beat him. That's done. Nice
Got
work.
him. Oh, look at that action. Is that a special move, or you just figured out the god technique?
I don't know, but those mushrooms that are dropping, they hurt you, so he nearly died to that nonsense. They're Mario poison mushrooms.
Have they figured out the strat? Alright, stage 2 in tiny mode.
I don't pretend to know all the controls to this. There's probably a double jump I don't know about to get that scroll in the sky or something. Maybe you can ride those things.
You could definitely ride on some enemies. I noticed somebody jumping on, well, Meta Knight jumping on the skeletons earlier. I think you might just be able to stand on enemies without them hurting you.
Oh, that's possible.
Falling directly into hell. Wait, what is this? They have to do it. Oh, do you have to do like a mini stage every time you fall into a pit? Oh, that's great. Yeah, jump in the pit of boiling lava. Man, wasn't there like Mystery of Atlantis made you do that? If you fell down a hole, you had to go to a different stage.
I don't know.
Oh, I just saw the god of death, and apparently he judged him poorly.
Oh no, did White Panther game over?
No, they're on stage 2. I
On
think that's stage
Universal
2.
Soldier. I don't know what the
Oh,
passwords
White
are.
Panther.
Do they
I
have
hope
them?
you. I hope you took down your passwords.
As long as they earned the password, I don't mind them using them.
Sizzy. No, that's stage 1.
Damn. I don't know if they can finish without the password in time. It's a pretty long journey. A journey which looks like is wrapping up for DC Enigma.
Yep, that is the final boss for Universal Soldier there.
After our grinding 18 minutes. Well, did they earn the level 4 password? I'll give it to them if they did. If somebody has it, throw
I
it
believe
at
they
me.
were on stage 4. It just, yeah, they might not have recorded them thinking that they'd be able to continue or something.
DC has beaten that stage. What was the password? I'll type it in for them. They might as well be allowed to use that. If they can save any time at all, they've earned it.
Which console is this on? Either SYGGY or SGGBY.
SGGBY. Not Siggy. They are going to try to use it. I don't know if they'll make much time on that level, but we'll see. What's Meta Knight been fighting? I've been watching.
Meta Knight's just been trying to get stage 2 here.
Some of these levels are real bad. I had the most trouble with the boss that I'm looking to be beaten. And it's a format like we're looking at right here. It's one of those disgusting stages.
I gotta figure out that power move again where they just spun it like a whirlwind.
I think that might have been a pickup. I'm not sure. I wasn't able to produce that. I wish I could have because
I would guess that's a power up. It seemed too good.
How about these arrows? This is the boss, though. This is the boss I'm looking to be beaten.
Big boy. Oh,
I guess there's some.
Might have the strat.
I thought there was some randomness in this game. I think there is. They're lucky that they didn't have the stage I did.
All right, that's boss dead. I think Meta Knight has cleared.
Yeah, there is randomness.
We still gotta walk through the gate out. That's right.
360190 is done. I mean, I'm not gonna
It
complain.
just says beat boss 2.
Yep. I mean, you get to boss 2 however the game lets you get there. 3601. You had a luckier time than me, ultimately.
There it is. First place in both rounds. Well done, Meta Knight.
Yeah, I thought when I got to the part where it seemed like you were choosing your own path that maybe there was some randomness to this game, and I don't have a problem with that. The stage that I got had a bunch of infinitely spawning skulls while fighting that boss, and there was huge pillars in the foreground blocking the sight of my character. So hopefully no one ends up with that. The boss itself was the same, though. I ducked in front of him and beat him the same way. I thought there might be random, but I didn't play it enough to confirm. It's just one of those things. And I don't feel like it's any easier. Meta Knight did fine on this game. Ultimately, Universal Soldier turned out the worst for everyone time-wise. Well, except for the first game, Gaming Over and
The one where they used up all the time.
Yeah, except for that one. Damn submarines.
A lot of people just don't really play a lot of shoot 'em ups, I guess.
Well, Meta Knight is in a very good place. How's this music?
Seems pretty Genpei Tobuden-ish.
I'm gonna go ahead and make the player finish times a little bit more obvious.
God, I love that even after you get knocked back by an enemy and you have your very, very temporary iframes, you still get bumped around a ton.
Alright.
Looks like DC Enigma is working on boss 1.
White Panther unfortunately didn't save any time on this pretty long stage. They were getting there, but not quite.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to time out again. Yep. That will be White Panther's, because I believe they took the forfeit on game 1, and their on-screen timer is also showing 20 minutes, so I think it's time for them to move on.
Yeah, just about.
lethargic scientist getting immediately destroyed by a tiger.
Has lethargic finished? I think maybe.
No, this is, I think, the first boss they were working on last time.
Well, I mean, they might be quitting. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused by what's going on in the Discord. But it seems like
I
they're
have access to that channel.
it seems like they're doing all right.
I love that arm power up. What is that? It's the best.
We're looking for second and third place here on this mess. It looks like everyone's still going. Lethargic, maybe he has 40 minutes. I'm not sure what their time on the Universal Soldier was. I don't think they beat it either. I think they passed. So DC has earned a little time.
I actually got to the second boss, but they turned around for some reason, started fighting other enemies. Not entirely sure why.
There's that skeleton.
Probably the most dangerous enemy. I feel like he's probably lost the most life for everyone just by touching the bonus bones. Oh, I see DC Enigma went back to kill the spawner before fighting the boss. There we go.
Yep.
Question is, can I figure out the
DC
strategy?
DC is in the hell pit that I was in. That's the level I was talking about. And in my directions, I recommended that you destroy the spawner because I tried this for 5 minutes before that became my new strategy, and it worked for me with 1 HP left. It's quite bad. Because you can't see, and that spawner spawns really obnoxious garbage non-stop. They're more lethal than the boss. Way, way more so. Spawner defeated now for a pretty easy boss fight.
Yeah, it seems like Meta Knight was able to no damage it with their strategy. Question is, will DC Enigma also figure it out?
He's trying to hit the balls back, and you can't do that with sword. You can't hit things with your sword. You break it.
That's silly.
You break it.
What gave you the idea that you could do that?
No swordman has ever cut anything like that with a sword.
Oh, you know what I just realized? When they fall into the pit there, it's just a random chance at the end of the stage whether you get to continue or not. Like, the God of Hell is literally just saying, pick one of these boxes, it's either going to be an elixir of life or you die.
Oh, I thought it was infinite lives. I
You don't even get a choice, it's just random.
I continued quite a bit. I thought there was just infinite lives because of that.
Oh, no, like, there are these pits that you fall in that send you directly to hell.
Oh.
So, if you fall in there and you get the thing wrong at the end, you just have to restart. Like, it's a game over. Otherwise, you get a chance to continue.
DC is doing this the hard way, but it's workable because this boss only does two things. Shuffle forward, throw an orb.
Yep. Unless you can keep that rhythm up, that'll be it. Assuming they can see anything behind this pillar anyways.
Oh, they found out they can just duck. Alright. Hey!
Alright, the big moves. Dang.
Dang Nigma. 44-10.
At this point, it is a battle for third place. I like how you blow apart into 6 separate pieces when you die. At least in the tiny mode stages.
That's what humans are made of, 6 pieces.
6 pieces.
Well, what'd you think of the ghost fungus?
I felt like not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I probably would have done pretty decently on Shockman at the very least, the shoot 'em up stage.
Yeah. This one
Universal
gave
Soldier. Felt a little maze-like.
A lot of trouble for our players on this one, it seemed like, comparatively.
I feel like the only really, really hard one here is probably Ginpei Tomaden.
Universal Soldier is just long. You gotta find your way in a game that falls apart under your wrath. Really, you have a lot of ways to win. Is this the devil?
Yeah, the giant. It's the guy from Spelunky.
Oh, Yama?
It's Emma Yama. Yeah.
Well, he beat me last time I saw him. So this is the hell pit, I guess. I didn't fall down here. I never saw this before.
Whenever you fall down a pit, apparently it just sends you here instead of just game overing you.
That's neat, except for there's no reason for it gameplay-wise. It would be neat if it actually benefited you, but you don't have unlimited lives or anything. Like, it just wastes your time. It would be better to game over.
Just have a coin flip at the game over screen, and it's like, ah, it's heads. You get to play again.
If you had power-ups or something that you were keeping, but you don't really, I don't think so. It's just a waste of time.
Plus, you're losing health all the time you're down there.
The other thing is, with 3 games, get some more content, I think, for these players. They aren't out yet. I think White Panther is unfortunately not able to make a comeback, but they can still play if they...
Last place or no?
No, you get 0. So they can still play if they want this last game. Lethargic, on the other hand, if they get first, they could still pull it off. Especially if DC gets 3rd or 4th on the last game. Now, if White Panther doesn't feel like playing the 3rd match, because they are probably out no matter what, I think so. If they don't feel like playing, we'll fill in, because we have to have 4 people. We'll find somebody to pinch hit that match, so that the player 3 isn't completely screwed. Yeah, a champion will emerge to give player 3 a chance. The chance in this case would be for player 3 to get 1st place and the new person 2nd. That would be the best thing for player 3, and scoreboard wise.
White Panther finally figuring out how to do some cool surfing moves on those little keystones there.
I mean, I sure didn't do any of that. I just ran. This was my strategy. I didn't do this level though. This level looks disgusting.
It seems like some enemies you can't ride though, like the boars. It looks like you just get hurt by them if you touch them. Destroyed. I wonder how many times we've seen this game over symbol now. I feel like every time I look at a different stream, I'll see it somewhere.
Man, this level sucks.
It's not good.
The pits are the worst. Don't try to ride a boar.
I never tried it, and I'm not dead.
I've tried it and I am.
Congratulations.
What are the odds of victory on the chest box game?
It seems like more often than not they come back to life, but that could just be getting lucky.
How many of those are bad? Is this Russian roulette in those mostly empty chambers? Got the boar stage, man. Panther seems to be getting the hang of this weird level. What do you think of the flaming arrows that come by that are just 10 feet long?
They want to make sure you are really, really dead.
Oh my god, that boar in the wall.
Yeah, they just come out of the walls, too. It's not even like they spawn from off screen. I'm trying to see if like anybody has written the odds of getting the pit stage coming back to life.
The Hercules PlayStation 1 game, the really stupidly animated one, well animated, but awful gameplay. It also sent you to hell when you died. You went to Hades and you had to run through a gauntlet to get back out.
Yeah.
It worked more in that game because you did have a limited number of lives before you just were finished. So in this one where you have infinite, it's just wasting your time.
Oh, apparently if you have enough money, you can just go into the blood pool and it brings you back to life.
Rich people, man. They're always cheating cheating death.
It's why they say you gotta bring some money with you to cross the river Styx, right? Buy your way across. Oh no. Yeah, this stage looks like it really sucks because it has so many pits.
This, I can't remember if I played this stage or a different boar stage, but whatever stage it was that had boars in it, it really gave me a hard time. And then the boss itself gave me the hardest time. But I never fell in a pit. That never happened to me, or at least I didn't notice.
Maybe you just thought it was part of the stage. It's like, oh, underwater cavern, or underground cavern.
Lethargic
Those guys
has,
tell me to pick chest.
Lethargic is done with this disgusting back. The 60 minutes, they didn't beat any of them. Which means that if White Panther can beat this, they'll pull ahead a little bit and get a point.
Still has a chance, huh? Just gotta finish it. Yeah, please do not go hungry to play these games.
Ghost Fungus pack as hell. It's not great, Smite. Commentary from our players. There's no round 3 for this group. They will have a round 3 down the road, though. We have another match in an hour.
Oh, these boars. They're so rude. Wondering if it might even be worth just trying to ride one of those stones all the way to the end.
It might go. Trying to jump on that one keeps getting White Panther every time.
Yeah. I wonder if even at this point it might be worth resetting the game and trying to go for a different route.
They've gone the route of not going through hell.
I can respect that.
I think we finally ran out of Shockman 2 music.
Oh no.
I'm starting
Well,
over.
back to Popeye, I guess.
Well, this is a bit of a failure on my part because players aren't supposed to have 60-minute time. That's not been a thing, so we made this one a little too hard. Stuck on that mess of boars.
Doesn't seem like you keep your momentum when you're standing on the stones, though. Like you have to move forward with it. Could be awkward.
It was a tough pack. People were good at different games. And this was a shmup pack mostly, I think. The Contra likes this weird platformer is the only one that isn't really any of that. Shockman is very Mega Man, and everybody beat the first two stages. It was the Gradius kind of stage that stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
This game here is the one that I expected people to lose on, and it looks like it did hold up 2 people. Panther could still beat it, though. I'm waiting to see. 2.5 minutes is enough time.
Yeah, as long as they can get a good run here or there.
They just need to beat this stage now. Really, it needs to be done. They've been here forever. They just couldn't get the hang of this boar stage.
Oh, the boars can even walk on air? I didn't even see that. Oh, that's so mean. Yeah, like I'd be trying to ride that one rock up the stairs there, just avoid the boards altogether. And the arrows go through the walls too, man, that's mean. This game is mean, Smite.
It is. Oh, damn. They almost had a good idea there. They just took too much damage getting there. They're really close to the end every time. They've been stuck at this point where they're 90% done with the stage and the boss is next. And I don't think they're going to make it now. They just ran out of time. Which means we have a tie for that last place.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we give 1 or 0.5 points.
I think it just gives them 1 each, as if they both got third.
Yeah, technically it is a tie for third, so it would be.
Trying to figure out the way through with no damage here. And that is time. That's been 20 minutes on this mess.
Alrighty.
Well, folks, we'll be back with another match soon. When will it be? It'll be in 50 minutes. I'm not gonna stay online for that whole time. So, because we don't have a match in the middle there. Yeah, the bot's getting a whole bunch of bug fixes anyway, so it's gonna need a little reboot. You can take an LLD score? How's that work? I am on round robin. I'm allowed to declare a tie. You see how that works out, though. I've got the tie in there, so yeah, it works out. I think I can actually set how much ties are worth. Anyway, we will be back. "45 minutes or so, I'll be back online and we'll get that last group ready. See you then, folks.